Today I wanted to talk about not feeling good enough. So this is a wound of unworthiness. You don't feel worthy of partner, financial, dream goals, dream house, dreams coming true in general, dream friendships, whatever you dream of in your heart, essentially you don't feel worthy of that. That has been the biggest wound that I have had to face in my life, and it's still something that I'm working through. And truly the only way to reconcile it is to get out of your head and get into your heart. You cannot think your way to true abundance. You might get to a certain point because you're logical, very driven in business, very hungry for your dreams and aspirations. But if you truly want what your heart desires, which is bigger than anything that money can give you, it's peace, love, joy. It's like a sense of being calm. It's being truly connected to God. It's really feeling like we're living on heaven on earth. I've got a lot of content on my social media page if you want to learn more about the concept of heaven and hell, and if you want to sort of wrap your head around why my content flip-flops between good, bad, Eve, Lilith, those kind of concepts. But I'm not going to go into that kind of content for this video. We're going to stay with the unworthiness and the not feeling good enough. And so you might be questioning is that true for my life though? Because I've already got all the accolades, I've got my partner that I think is my dream partner, and that's amazing. And look, if you're already there, then this video is just not for you. So maybe just don't watch it. But if you don't have all of those things, or even if you have been successful in life, but you just feel like there's still something missing, well, the missing part is that you haven't reconciled the inner girl or the inner boy, so your inner child wound around love, like unconditional love. So we usually feel a sense of unworthiness or like I'm not good enough because we were trying to please or get validation from our mum or our dad or whoever brought us up. Maybe it was a grandparent or whatever parental figure you had in your life. And we end up feeling very resentful, bitter towards them. We can sometimes, in some cases, be estranged from them or feel a sense of true hatred because we feel like they did something to us. And I'm not taking away from things like molestation, rape. I'm definitely not saying just just forgive and forget, it's all good. I'm just talking more broadly about the concept of that whenever in life we outsource anything, our love, our sense of worthiness, anything in life, we're giving away our power. And so the secret is really to bring back your power. You have to be so self-resourced with love, abundance, joy, accessing those emotional states, but feeling it internally of yourself. So this is why people talk about feeling directly connected to God, your higher self, a higher power, where you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so just filled with love and ecstasy from within. Because if you're not resourcing yourself from within, your external reality is always going to mirror back to you where you're still in shackles, essentially. So where you're still not free and you're still not liberated from your own mind, your own stories, your own inner dialogue. So if you keep hitting yourself against a wall going why do I keep attracting in that annoying boss or that person who always belittles me, or I feel emasculated in every romantic relationship that I'm in if you're a man, or I feel like he just doesn't understand me, or whatever stuff that you feel like I can't understand why I'm still in this pattern. It's because you keep putting the blame outside of you. Take responsibility, take ownership, heal that part of you. You have to reconcile the part of you that felt abandoned, that felt like your parents didn't love you or that your siblings didn't love you, or whatever the case may be. This has taken me years, probably my whole life, truthfully, to even wrap my head around. And I'm 34, almost 35. So, sometimes people spend lifetimes trying to figure out I don't get it. Where am I going wrong? And I'm just trying to help you see that you don't have to overcomplicate it. I think some people are drawn to my energy because I almost give this motherly energy where people feel safe and calm. And it's often because it's the opposite of what they had in their childhood. Maybe your mother, your father wasn't very soft and gentle and nurturing with you. And so you see that in another human and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a female or a male, if we're talking the roles reversed, exists like that. And just like with children or animals, children know if someone has bad intentions or if their heart just doesn't have that sense of purity to it and there's like a little bit of wickedness or evil sort of as an undercurrent. Same with animals. Just go to a dog park and just see how, or if you have like a visitor coming to your house, see how your animal, like dogs for example, react to other people. Sometimes, yes, it's just excitement, or they're just like really joyful to see another human, or they feel protective of you because you're their human. But sometimes they can just feel, they're like, like you ever notice how like dogs will bark at like the postman? I'm not saying all postmen are evil, but it's just like that awareness that animals are super in tune with energy. Humans can be super in tune with energy. And honestly, I don't think that I'm like some sort of a rare breed who's just like, oh yeah, I get it, but no one else gets it. I feel like everyone's just kind of at their own evolution, their own growth on their own spiritual journey. Even if you don't resonate with calling it a spiritual journey, just call it the journey of life. And from my perspective, and I guess what I feel like I've embodied in life is that simply put, energy doesn't lie. And even if your partner or your business partners or your family members say something to your face, but it just feels incongruent, like something they're saying is just not adding up, just be curious to explore that. Like if you feel like something is off, be curious to go, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like something's off? People will constantly gaslight you saying, you're just being suspicious, you're just being paranoid, oh, maybe you're manic, maybe you're psychotic. Trust me, I've had that label many times in my life, and it was near impossible to even fight it, because when you have like lots and lots and lots of people telling you the same thing, like you're crazy, you're paranoid, you're making things up, it's not even that you start believing that, but you just feel like, well, what is the point of fighting this? And this is exactly what I experienced when I've been in a psych ward 3 times. In 2023, when I was first taken as an involuntary patient, which means I got dragged there, not on my decision, trust me that. I remember sitting across from the psychiatrist, Dr. Stevens. I remember the whole thing, and I was getting really riled up. Like I was quite aggressive in what I was saying to him because I was pissed off that I was even there. And he just sat there with his arms crossed, just being this arrogant man who probably thought, I'm a psychiatrist, I run the show around here. And I remember he said, and I can't remember if this is in my report or not, I've got it printed, I have to go back and read it, but it's unlikely written in there because obviously it's going to be his word versus mine, right? But he was just like, you have pressurized speech and you're very elevated. And I'm like, well, it's just because you've never met an intelligent woman, have you? He did not like that. And so he kept giving me these detention forms, which essentially meant that like, you're not leaving here until you do what we want you to do, until we do what we say that you have to do. And when you're in a psychiatric ward, what they say you have to do is take medication. And if you don't take medication, they just observe you and they let you not take it until they decide, no, enough's enough. And then they threaten to inject you with a needle, or they actually do. Fortunately, in 2023, I didn't get injected with a needle, but it was very close to that. I had 3 security guards and 3 nurses in my room, and I completely freaked out. They were like, you need to take this medication or you're getting injected with a needle. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I call my mum? They said no. And I just feel like all of this in hindsight is illegal. I don't know the law enough to understand this stuff, nor do I know enough about mental health or like the psychiatric facilities, especially in Australia. But yeah, I just look back and I'm like, what a joke. Like, how can you treat humans like that? Even if you perceive that they're out of control, it's like, you don't even need to let it escalate to that point. If you're clearly watching someone in a psych ward, watching their behavior, why are you even letting it ramp up to a point where you actually feel like you need to inject another human to sedate them or to calm them down as if it's in their best interest? It's not in their best interest. It's going to traumatize them even more. It's going to fuel them with rage even more. But if they ever come back to a psych ward, they're going to kick off again and just keep kicking off about it. Or even worse, they're going to finally get released back into society and either shut down completely, feel suicidal, or end their life, or do harm to other people because they're so angry at how they've been treated. Gosh, this video took a segue. How can I bring this back to unworthiness? Well, I mean, from all of those experiences, that reinforced this wound of unworthiness in me even more. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even worthy to be on the planet anymore. And obviously some people might hear that and go, you deserved it, like, it's your karma. And I'm like, okay, like, what if you were in my shoes? What if you got dragged out of your house because everyone thought you were absolute whack job, but you're actually just extremely spiritually gifted? It's like, I don't think you'd last a day in my shoes, actually. So instead of being such a judgmental cunt, maybe you should swallow your own pride and, yeah, just have some compassion and empathy for someone else. Just because you haven't gone through psychosis yourself, you haven't been in a prison, you haven't been a drug dealer, you haven't been homeless, doesn't mean that you should be on your high horse and be all like, that person's just reckless, dangerous, you know, whatever wording that you choose to have towards someone else. It's like, not everyone is born with a silver spoon shoved up their ass. And even if you are, like, yes, some people who are extremely wealthy are very kind and very centered in their heart and, you know, very big on humanitarian projects. I think that's wonderful. But there's also a lot of people who've got a lot of money or were born wealthy who are just absolute twats. So get off your high horse and go and heal your unworthiness wounds, because some people flaunt their money and their fancy cars and their fancy suits and their fancy lifestyles, but it's actually, you still have a wound of unworthiness. So you're never going to truly feel at peace, or yeah, there's always going to be something more. There's going to be something itching you from within if you don't reconcile this part of you. So let's all heal this unworthiness wound. You are enough. You've always been enough. You were born worthy. You're still worthy. You just got to heal that stuff. Bye, guys.